my very dear academic colleagues and Registrar Mr. Sanjay Gupta, FDP convener Professor Amitabh Pandey, FDP co-coordinator Professor Pallavi Pathak, ladies and gentlemen, it is certainly a delight to be standing here before you and addressing all my faculty colleagues once again during the entire speech of this FDP. Friends, for the last 7 days, we have been subjected to a very rigorous training, facing all the various technical sessions of the FDP. This is exactly what the institution always wants, because in the very beginning I have told you that you faculty members, you are the custodian of the knowledge, wisdom and skill. And that's why SMS Varanasi, like other several institutions, also wants to see you, to maintain you, to keep you second to none in the group of the most trained faculty members. And that's why year after year, every year, this kind of FDP has been organized by investing so much of the money. Just the purpose is that always to keep you fully abreast with the latest trend, latest development, latest offshoots in the various areas of learning and research with which you happen to be associated with. You know, the institution, this SMS Varanasi, grows and prospers by dint of your commitment, your hard work. You are certainly a vital part of our success story. And that's why the institution needs you as much as you need it. You have been doing the job, the teaching job, educating job for the entire society, entire nation, which is certainly has got its own genre. That's why I always think that faculty, they are great, they are simply great. Because apart from this job, you provide a special kind of deterrence to the country and the countrymen by virtue of giving them up-to-date knowledge so that they could sustain the uncertainty of the future, which we cannot foresee now. So this is the job, and that's why the institution is always interested in keeping you ahead of others. Friends, I think most of you are well acquainted with product life cycle concept. This was introduced by the great Theodore Levitt in '65, you might be knowing. You know, there what you basically find that the motive of the marketers are to keep the product after being introduced for more and more period during the growth and the maturity. And for that, a number of strategies are applied every now and then. You have all studied that a lot of strategies are available. Why? Because the marketer always wants to add on more and more values in the existing product so that it would enjoy the longest possible happy and sweet life. The same philosophy applies to you also. You have been introduced here. Majority of you are in the growth stage. Some are also touching the maturity stage. That's why it is the desire of the institution to load you with newer versions of the values so that you could remain acceptable to the institutions, whether this institution or any other institution. That's why a continuous learning is just a kind of indispensability for you. And this is what you have done today. I'm sure that by walking through the classical aura of the intellectual terrain of the resource persons, you have certainly become fully abreast with all the various offshoots of this advanced analytical skills in the research. And I'm quite hopeful that this learning would be reflected in terms of maintaining one of the best learning environment at SMS Varanasi, and also through the number of your research publications this year. And I further feel that this time the institution would certainly be having lesser amount of dissatisfaction and disappointment in terms of the total number of papers published by you people. You see, teaching job, your job, is very difficult. Your life is very difficult because you have to manage the time. You have to draw more and more time for your academic pursuit. That's why it demands a high level of abnegation, sacrifice. You have to take away the time from your otherwise schedule of your lifestyles. कठिन काम है, बहुत दिलेरी का काम है, लेकिन इसके सिवा कोई दूसरा रास्ता भी नहीं, क्योंकि समय फिक्स है, 24 घंटे में ही आपको सब कुछ करना है। तो कितना ज्यादा समय आप ले पाते हैं अपने लाइफ शेड्यूल से, अपने टीचिंग के लिए, अपने रिसर्च के लिए, अपने एडवांसमेंट के लिए, ये तय करेगा आपका सक्सेस रेट। और उस हिसाब से जो फैकल्टी क्वालिटी का कंटिन्यूम है, उसके लेवल्स और ग्रोथ को आप पाएंगे। तो इसमें समय का जितना ज्यादा आप ले सकें और सदुपयोग कर सकें, ये बहुत बड़ी चीज है, क्योंकि जो समय हम सदुपयोग नहीं कर पाते हैं वो हम पर हंसते हुए आगे बढ़ जाता है और हमें बहुत बड़ा बेवकूफ समझता है, क्योंकि वो फिर वापस आने वाला नहीं। हमें बार बार याद आती है नीरज जी की कुछ पंक्तियां, मैं अक्सर सुनाया करता हूं आपको, आज एक बार फिर सुनाने को दिल कर रहा है। इसमें बहुत बड़ी फिलॉसफी छुपी हुई है, बहुत बड़ा लेसन है। नींद भी खुली न थी कि हाय धूप ढल गई, नींद भी खुली न थी कि हाय धूप ढल गई, पांव जब तलक उठे कि जिंदगी फिसल गई, पात पात झड़ गए कि शाख शाख जल गई, चाह तो निकल सकी न पर उमर निकल गई, गीत अश्क बन गए स्वप्न हो दफन गए, साथ के सभी दिए धुआं पहन पहन गए और हम झुके झुके मोड़ पर रुके रुके उम्र के चढ़ाव का उतार देखते रहे, कारवां गुजर गया गुबार देखते रहे। तो ये बहुत बड़ा लेसन है, इससे सबक लेने की जरूरत है। जितना आप इसमें एब्रिगेट कर पाइएगा उतना ऊंचा सफलता की सीढ़ी तक आप जाइएगा। और मेरा विश्वास है कि आप हिंदुस्तान के बेस्ट फैकल्टी मेंबर्स में अपने रिसर्च, अपने टीचिंग एक्यूमेंट के बदौलत आएंगे। May God bless you all. Thank you very much. Friends, this valedictory session has also an event of the introduction by all the various faculty members, because this will help you all to get along well with others and in understanding your faculty team, the working culture. And that's why I think and I request all the faculty members, new and old, to come individually, one by one, and in just 1 minute, tell briefly about them, so that your other friends could understand you well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights and for your motivation. This faculty development program is the effort of diligence, brainstorming, meticulous planning and consistent efforts of the organizing team. Every year, they ensure that they seek and provide trending research areas in academics, which proves as an indispensable tool and provides us all with competitive advantage. A big thank you to the organizing team for their remarkable work. I would request the faculty members, as we go ahead and conclude, after the session is over, we would invite you to go ahead and tell us more about yourselves. Now, going further, I would now invite Professor Pallavi Pathak, Program Co-Convener of this Faculty Development Program, to kindly present the FDP report. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Everyone, hope all of you are feeling satiated after those wholesome sessions last couple of days. And why are you smiling? I'm not talking about lunch. I mentioned also technical sessions. So I am here to present a brief report of the week-long faculty development program on advanced analytical tools for effective. For effective research, organized during 2nd to 8th August as an SMS IQAC initiative. Of course, we will submit a detailed report later on to the management in written form, and I have tried to condense as much as I can. In all, 10 technical sessions were held, conducted by 2 resource persons and attended by 58 faculty and few staff members of SMS Varanasi. After the ceremonial inauguration, Professor P. N. Jha, Program Chairperson and Director, highlighted the significance of advanced analytical tools in research in his opening remarks. He underscored the FDP's role in enhancing and updating faculty skills. Chief guest Professor P.K. Mishra from Chemical Engineering Department, IIT BHU, delivered an inspiring address on the intersection of technology and research. He emphasized the need for continuous learning and on the use of analytical tools in solving complex research problems. The guest of honor, Dr. Pooja Khatri from Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, New Delhi, shared her insights on the evolving research landscape and the critical role of tools like Smart, PLS, SPSS and Excel. She especially praised SMS Varanasi's commitment to fostering a culture of research excellence. program convener, Professor Amitabh Pandey, provided an overview of the FDP, its objective, structure and expected outcomes. He emphasized the necessity of robust research methodologies in academia. Technical session 1 was conducted by Professor Pooja Khatri on the topic Introduction to Measurement. She began her presentation by introducing various research terminologies like concept, construct, factors, indicators and dimensions. She addressed the issue of desk rejection of research papers and suggested ways to avoid it. And after laying this foundation, Dr. Khatri enlightened the participants on the measurement of constructs and development of new scales. She emphasized the importance of developing measurement scales that are generalizable, culture-free and culture-fair. She then clarified the distinction between scale and test and elaborated on lower order and higher order constructs along with the development of measurement models. In technical session 2, Dr. Pooja emphasized on reflective and formative along with multi-dimensional scale, outer loadings, outer weight. She reiterated that while preparing the questionnaire, one must include demographic variables, different type of scales, global variance question, marker variable and control variable. These measures could help create a complete questionnaire which would indeed help to get better responses. She also demonstrated Boolean search to find out relevant research papers. Participants got to learn systematic literature review using ADO TCM model and preparing dimension table so that meaningful inferences could be drawn. Dr. Khatri also gave a brief review on types of validity. On day 2 in the technical session 3, Dr. Khatri discussed Smart PLS, a useful software for partial least squares, structure equation modeling. She elaborated the differences between CBSEM and PLSEM, highlighting that CBSEM focuses on model fit and relationships between observed variables, while PLSEM emphasizes prediction and relationships between latent variables. Dr. Khatri provided a detailed overview of the scale development process, including various validity check procedures. She stressed the importance of verifying validity through methods like focus group discussions and pilot testing, and explained the concept and thumb rules of pilot testing. Further, Dr. Khatri introduced exploratory factor analysis on SPSS software also, offering a step-by-step guide on conducting EFA to identify underlying relationships between variables. In her concluding session post-lunch, Dr. Pooja Khatri discussed various research papers based on measurement of scales. She discussed scale generalization, face validity and content validity, elaborated on scale purification and internal consistency. Dr. Khatri also guided participants to the installation of Smart PLS on their computer systems and explained each component of the software. She highlighted the importance of Smart PLS software with live examples and research papers. She also gracefully handled initial hiccups of the participants related to Smart PLS. Dr. Atul Shiva from Jaipuriya Institute of Management, Noida, was the resource person for remaining sessions. In technical session 5, he efficiently took the baton forward and discussing learnings from previous sessions in which Dr. Pooja had already set the right tone for further deliberations. Dr. Shiva then went on to explain PLSM, difference between parametric and non-parametric test, explain regression, coefficient of variation, coefficient of determination, factor analysis, t-test, standard deviation, CVSEM, VVSEM, reliability and validity. Additionally, adapted questionnaire, standardized questionnaire, scale development, forward referencing, systematic literature review were also discussed. Subsequently, in the hands-on practice session, Dr. Shiva facilitated participants in exploring more functions that can be performed by the software Smart PLS. On August 5 in technical session 6, Dr. Atul Shiva continued with running of the software and started his session by emphasizing the seriousness of data collection by identifying and removing the outliers. He further discussed remedial action to obtain discriminant validity. He threw light on standardized and unstandardized beta, stating that SEM is applied with standardized beta. Dr. Shiva explained basic model, CFA model, construct model, He repeatedly emphasized the 6 steps required for conducting SEM. During the session, Dr. Shiva also discussed how to report the results of SEM in the papers. On August 6, Dr. Atul Shiva started technical session 7 by discussing confirmatory model assessment and structural model assessment. He cited examples of quitting in higher education institutes, Big 5 personality model and need hierarchy model. By taking examples of the Sustainable Institute, he showed ways to reduce 8 hypotheses to 1 hypothesis as common factor, which was called as higher order construct. Dr. Shiva focused on having lesser number of hypotheses and also to create hypothesis on higher order construct and having no items associated with it. Participants learned calculation of CFA1, CFA2 and ways to record latent variable scores. Importance of mediators was explained in the model. He explained calculation of global items, informative constructs and confidence interval, importance of redundancy analysis. In technical session 8, Dr. Shiva discussed control variables and demonstrated how control variable impact relationship between independent and dependent variables using examples from the field of finance, marketing and HR. Control variables are, as he eloquently put it, the fuel of any research model. Technical session 9 began with a recap of interaction evaluation and then the resource person focused on moderation analysis. He explained simple slope analysis and demonstrated its application in VLSM using sample papers for illustration. The session also covered analyzing categorical moderation, which examines how the relationship between 2 variable changes with different categories of a third variable. Additionally, he introduced VLS-MGA, which is a robust method of comparing path coefficients across different groups within VLSM. Dr. Shiva also demonstrated permutation tests and bias-corrected confidence intervals. He briefly explained the importance of uniform analysis, a 3-step procedure for assessing measurement invariance in VLSM. He introduced G-Star Power, a free software for calculating needed sample size. Finally, he highlighted the role of marker variables in addressing common method bias, which can distort the true relationship between variables. In the terminal session, Dr. Atul Shiva shared insights regarding predict PLS, necessary condition analysis, that is NCA, then FSQCA, fuzzy set, qualitative comparative analysis. He also motivated participants to write research papers based on all these tools. Each session concluded with an interactive question and answer segment wherein the participants had the opportunity to clarify their doubts and share their experiences. I would specially mention benevolence of these 2 resource persons when they gladly share dozens of papers for our reference. Dear faculty members, fortunate are we to get the opportunity to learn from such accomplished and exemplary resource persons without even having to leave our comfort zone. We must be responsible enough to retain the takeaways for long and put it to use. I wish to thank all the session deputies, Dr. Anshuman Rana, Dr. Tejas Yaduvanshi, Mr. Shubham Kaurav, Ms. Asmita Khanna, Mr. Anjani Kumar, Dr. Utkarsh Keshri, Dr. Nivedita Verma, Mr. Abhishek Singh, Mr. Shubham Sahai, Ms. Jyoti Singh and Mr. Sandeep Kumar Gautam for their timely and kind cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for briefing us about the entire FDP. I would now initiate the certificate handing out and would call your names. Kindly make yourself available to collect them if you are present here. I would humbly request Director Sir to kindly do the honors. I would start with Professor Sandeep Singh Ji. Professor Rajkumar Singh ji, Professor Sanjay Saxena ji, Professor Avinash Chandra Sukkar ji,
अरे हमको भी दे दो कोई ठीक है
Professor Pallavi Pathak ji, Professor Amitabh Pandey ji, Mr. Atish Khatse ji, Dr. Bhavna Singh ji, Mr. Suneet Kumar Mishra ji, Mr. Rohit Mehta,
इसका हैप्पी बर्थडे भी है
Dr. Shishir Kumar Gujrati ji, Mr. Veer Pratap ji, Dr. Sophia Khan Madam, Mr. Himanshu Upadhyay ji,
Mr. Amit Kumar Banja. Dr. Mahendra Kumar Sharma ji, Mr. Suraj Prakash Singh ji, Dr. Anju Singh Madam, Dr. Anjana Singh Madam, Dr. Thakur Digvijay Singh ji, Dr. Khushbu Kumar Madam, Dr. Santosh Kumar ji, Dr. Nivedita Verma Madam, Mr. Gaurav Kumar Vishain ji, Dr. Palima Pandey Madam, Mr. Rohit Singh ji, Dr. Anjali Madam, Dr. Ragi T.S. Madam, Ms. Shruti Singh Madam, Dr. Tejas Yaduvanshi ji, Ms. Parul Singh Madam, Ms. Rashmita Khanna Madam, Mr. Shubham Gaurav ji, Dr. Utkarsh Keshri ji, Miss Jyoti Singh Madam, Mr. Anjani Kumar Rai ji, Dr. Gaurav Shah ji, Dr. Ishan Tripathi ji, Professor Kamal Sheel Mishra ji, Professor Aditya Kumar Gupta ji, Mr. A.P. Dubey ji, Mr. Shambhu Sharan Srivastav ji, Mr. Ram Gopal Gupta ji, Radha Raman Chandan ji, Mr. Sushil Kumar ji, Miss Shripriya Roy Chaudhary Madam, Mr. Sandeep Kumar Gautam ji, Mr. Abhishek Singh ji, Mr. Shubham Sahai ji, Mr. Bipin Maurya ji, Mr. Chandra Prakash Agarwal ji, Miss Archana Kushwaha Madam, Mr. Devapriya Banerjee ji, Thank you, all of you. As we come to the end of the valedictory session, I would request Professor Amitabh Pandey, Program Convener of the Faculty Development Program, to propose the vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Manja sir. Good evening, everyone. Professor P.H. Jha, the Program Convener, Program Director and Director of the Institute. Professor Pallavi Pathak, the Program Co-Convener. My senior colleagues and all the participants of the Faculty Development Program. today when I am standing here to propose vote of thanks in the valedictory session, I am the most satisfied person today. This 7 days journey has come to an end. And for last, I think, 5 years I have been involved in organizing the faculty development program. And every year when the faculty development programs comes to an end, I get to listen from the participants that this particular FDP has been best so far. And this happened for almost all the times I have conducted it. So every time you give such kind of appreciation and feedback, this gives us the motivation to raise the benchmark further and strive for making it better and better. And when we get the positive results, it definitely gives us the satisfaction. So I'm the most satisfied person standing here today in front of you. And this faculty development program, I take this opportunity to attribute its success to so many people who have been instrumental in making it a success. So I will start from the inaugural session. In the inaugural session, we have been blessed by the presence of Professor P.K. Mishra, the senior professor in Department of Chemical Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, who also happens to be former Vice Chancellor of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University and Jharkhand Technical University. So, with his words of wisdom and blessings, he gave an apt start to the faculty development program, along with the chief guest of honor of the inaugural program, Professor Pooja Khatri, professor from Guru Gobind Singh Intertrust University, who also happens to be the resource person, esteemed resource person for the faculty development program. I'm thankful to her also. She took her time to visit SMS. She was here with us for 2 days and she guided us and sensitized us. She made us learn the art of scale development in the 2 days. I'm really thankful to her. She was preceded by Dr. Atul Shiva, who again engaged us for next 3 days of the faculty development program. He came from Jaipuria Institute of Management and he took us on the journey of exploring the smart PLS software, and also he made us learn the FSQCA. So both of them have given enough food of thought for all of us to come out with as many paper as we want, but at least they have guided us that if you have even one single model, you can come up with 5 to 6 papers of your own. So they have given enough material, enough knowledge. Now it is up to us how we capitalize it, and I am sure, like we have done in past, this year also we will be coming up with so many papers, and we will be taking the benefit of the incentive schemes which is there. And although I don't know it officially, but through grapevine, maybe I should not say it, but I hope that the incentive policy is going to be more lucrative in future. So we all should take the best benefit out of it. So then, as you all know that these faculty development programs, our management, how much interest they give great interest. Even personal interest is taken by executive secretary in faculty development programs. So we deliberate many a times. Our team, headed by Professor P.H. Professor Sandeep Singh is also a very important member of the team. Professor Avinash Tukkar, Professor Pallavi Pathak. We all deliberated along with the executive secretary, and we finalize the topic every year, which should be beneficial for everyone. So this year again, they have taken this great care and interest. And like ma'am was telling, that we are very fortunate that we have such a management team which takes this much pain for our development, and we are really thankful to them that they take such pain, take such interest, and support us in this entire process of conceptualizing the faculty development program, organizing it, and we receive their free support. They have given us the freedom to take our decision, and they back our decisions every time. So I'm thankful to the Executive Secretary, the Director of the Institute, Professor P. N. Jha, the Registrar of the Institute, Mr. Sanjay Gupta, for their support at every stage of the faculty development program. And I'm also thankful to the development team of the Smart PLS software, Professor Michael Christian Ringel and his team, who have been kind enough to provide us 85 keys, license for 2 months of Smart PLS software. And our management is also contemplating to purchase some keys after 2 months. We hope that we will be getting paid keys here and we can use the software. So once again, I thank Mr. Christian Ringel as well as the management for considering the purchase of the software. I take this opportunity to express my gratitude to all the session coordinators, starting from the inaugural session, Dr. Bhavna Singh, then Dr. Sophia Khan, Dr. Anju Singh, Dr. Anjana Singh, Dr. Khushbu Kumar, Dr. Ragi T.S., Ms. Sripriya Roy Chaudhary, Dr. Anjali, Dr. Palima Pandey, Ms. Parul Singh, and Mr. Amit Bhanja, who have conducted all these sessions beautifully. And they were supported by the session reporters. They have done their job beautifully. They can prepare the report on time because of their support. Dr. Anshuman Rana, Ms. Asmita Khanna, Mr. Anjali Kumar Rai, Dr. Utkarsh Keshri, Dr. Nivedita Verma, Mr. Abhishek Singh, Mr. Shubham Sahai, Ms. Jyoti Singh, Mr. Sandeep Singh, and Mr. Shubham Gaurav. Thank you very much for your support in which you have extended in your role as a session representative. I am also thankful to the registration and feedback team, Dr. Vishal Singh and Mr. Veer Pratap, along with Mr. Iqbal. They have beautifully managed the registration process, attendance process, and feedback collection process. Thank you very much. And I must thank the administrative officer, Mr. Thanu Mukhopadhyay. I also got the feedback that this year the food was also better than the last year. So all thanks to Mr. Thanu Mukhopadhyay. He also was very supportive in arranging the refreshments, the food and other things. And I am also thankful to GM Systems, Mr. Pradeep Kumar and his team comprising of Mr. Umesh Singh, Mr. Vijay Yadav, Mr. Preetham and Mr. Shalin Pandey, who have provided all the IT support and captured all the videos as well as stills during the program. And I am also thankful to Mr. Ishan Tripathi for arranging the beautiful media coverage of all these sessions, especially the inaugural session. So we got a very good coverage in local media as well as regional and national media as well. And he was supported by Mr. Akhilesh Dubey, the DTP team, and he was helpful, instrumental in designing the brochure and other materials. We were also supported by the 4th class employees like the driver, the peons who have been there like Mr. Rajesh Sharma, Mr. Ajay Patel, Mr. Akhilesh, Mr. Paras Nath. They have done their job beautifully and they provided all the needed support so that we can learn without any hassle. So they played a very important role. I extend my thankfulness to them. And special mention of Mr. Anjani Kumar Rai. He took the guest, he helped us in extending the hospitality to the guest, which was also very important, and he very beautifully managed that. So I am taking this opportunity to extend the most important element of the faculty development program. Without the support of the participants, this would not have been successful. So I extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you, all the participants, for your active participation. And I am sure I was also part of you. So we all have learned a lot during these 7 days, and I wish that we all can come up with beautiful papers. And hopefully next time, based on your feedback, we'll be trying to arrange much better than this. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for your kindness and patience. May you all have a wonderful academic session ahead. I would conclude the FDP by chanting Om Gan Ganpataye Namah for more illustrious beginnings ahead in the forthcoming academic sessions. Please stay blessed and you all have a wonderful evening. Now, before we disperse, as Director Sir has mentioned, and as it is customary in School of Management Sciences, Varanasi, wherein we welcome and interact with all new faculty members who have joined the SMS family after the FDP valediction. I would humbly request all the newly inducted faculty members to come to the dais and say a few words about themselves so that we can get to know them better. After that, the remaining faculties would join subsequently. Thank you. Over to you, sir.